up close and personal so that you can see the final results. Oh, honey, somehow I just know that was a jump scare. I mean, we've just got so much to talk about personally. But first I'm gonna do like a slicked bun situation, and we're gonna talk about hair. Honey, I really cannot be bothered today, so we're just gonna use this Briogeo Style and Treat Yuzu Plum Sleek Style to get rid of any flyaways. It's like literally 95 degrees here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna get groceries. First, I have a very important question for you, friend to friend, sister to sister. Not coming from a sabotage place, coming from a friend space, from a I want the best for you, India. Do we go in this direction? Do we hit me with a natural, do we do the old money blonde, like my natural hair color, and then we just have a few face framing highlights and few little sprinkled throughout so that it's not just one solid block? I think that that will look too harsh on me, and honestly, my eyes can look scary enough with blonde hair. I fear with dark hair, it will look like a White Walker. That is truly my fear. I don't need White Walker eyes, okay? So give me your honest opinion, friend to friend. India, yes, old money blonde. No, India, stay blonde. Blonde. Maybe you have another suggestion. I need your honest opinion, friend. This is serious, okay? Because I have a hair appointment July 16th or 13th. I don't know, it's gonna be here before you know it. Comment below. I really want to catch you up to speed on my fertility journey, and we have so much to discuss, but first I just want to show you the difference. I think I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison. These are brand new sunscreens. This is the Fenty Skin Tinted Sunscreen in the shade number 2, and then the Drunk Elephant Umbra Tint. Elephant one is a mineral sunscreen, and I do believe that the Fenty one is a chemical sunscreen. I'm gonna take you in a little bit. Right off the bat, they are very similar, like incredibly similar. I would say the shades are incredibly similar in the tint and the number 2, but I would say the Fenty Skin is maybe slightly more coverage, while the Drunk Elephant one feels more like genuine tinted sunscreen. But I'm really impressed. I honestly kind of just want to wear this as is for the day. Like I feel beautiful already. I love it. I love it. Okay, so to my fertility journey, I did want to share with you guys that we have officially finally begun to try again. We are on the trying to conceive journey, baby, for the 3rd time. If you're not familiar with my story, I will give the 2-second recap. My husband and I decided to work on growing our family last year, and we have had back-to-back pregnancy losses, one ruptured ectopic pregnancy followed by a miscarriage. And I do believe we are finally not only physically ready, but also mentally ready. On the physical side of things, we waited for my HCG to get back to 5 or below, ensure that there was nothing left in my uterus that would require another D&C surgery. We had the miscarriage. We had our 2nd loss at the end of February, and I did not get cleared until some point in May to begin trying again. We did try for our very first time last month with no success. That's okay. I've never gotten pregnant my first cycle trying. I wasn't expecting to. It's still an emotional whirlwind taking a pregnancy test, seeing that it's negative. Like, it still hurts all the same, but nonetheless, I was mentally prepared for the negative. Just in my powder and bronzer off camera, we're moving on to blush, and I will have everything linked down below that I used in today's video. Now that my HCG is finally back to 0, I feel that mentally I am off the roller coaster. I feel so much more stable in my emotions, and I think I still have my days. Grief is so interesting and fickle. It truly is a roller coaster of emotions, but I'd say for the most part, I am significantly more, I think, just stable for myself emotionally. And I am naturally a sensitive, emotional person, so my emotions were just so heightened through this experience, not only from the grief, but also just hormonally. There is such a shift literally in your body, and we don't talk enough in society about postpartum depression, the baby blues. Like, that's a very real thing that many of my friends have experienced. And why is that? It's because your hormone levels take such dramatic shifts through going from being pregnant to not. And the same thing happens depending how far along you are in your pregnancy when you experience a miscarriage. In 2 months, my HCG goes from 100,000 to 0. My progesterone drops, everything drops. And it's an emotional roller coaster that you cannot get off of. And I feel as though I have finally stepped off the vehicle. I think for the very first time, my hope and my joy and my gratitude, all of these things are surpassing my fears from my trauma. I'd be lying to you if I told you that I wasn't absolutely terrified to get pregnant again and lose a third baby. I refuse to let that fear be my drive, and instead I want joy to be my drive. And so here we are. We're back at it. Literally. And I've spoken about this, I'd say, probably more on my Instagram than here on YouTube, although I've touched on it a little bit, but I think it's just really important. And so we're gonna talk about it. And that is not wasting the wait. Do not waste the wait. Right now I'm in the wait. I'm in the wait to get pregnant. I'm in the wait to have a happy and healthy baby full term, right? I am waiting for that. That's what I want more than anything in this world right now. And that is what I am praying for and waiting on. But nonetheless, I am waiting. And I think it's so important. What do we do while we are waiting? I just want to say that most of us are waiting for something. It doesn't have to be, my story doesn't have to be your story. Maybe you've already had your babies, or maybe you're not ready for kids, or maybe you don't want kids. Whatever your story is, right? Maybe you're waiting for that dream job. Maybe you're waiting to make that certain amount of money and not have those financial worries. Maybe you are waiting and praying for a husband. Maybe you are waiting to get into that college, that dream college, whatever it is, right? Whatever your story is, whatever you're waiting on. We're typically all waiting on something, looking forward to something. Don't waste the wait. Don't waste the journey of the wait. I could sit here and I could waste this time. I have this wait. I don't know if I'm gonna get pregnant in a year. I don't know if I'm never gonna get pregnant. I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, right? All that I can control is my attitude and how I choose to handle my time. So what do I plan to do with this wait? Glad you asked. I plan to study my Bible like I've never studied it before. I plan to work on my Spanish because, God willing, when we do have kids one day, I want for them to know not only my language, but their husband's native language. And so I don't know what that looks like for you. I don't know what you're waiting for, okay? But I am begging you from the bottom of my heart not to waste the wait. We will be old in a senior living facility before you know it, baby girl. And I don't know about you, but I do not want to look back and wish that I could get that time back and that I didn't waste it, right? And so that is what I am not going to do. I'm going to grab joy by the cojones. And I'm gonna choose it because I'm a firm believer that joy doesn't just come to you. Joy doesn't come in a neat little box tied up in string. You cannot purchase joy. Joy is something you choose. I have found that to be true over and over again in my life. I promise you, joy is a choice. Some days I don't want to get up out of bed. Some days I don't want to be around my friends that are pregnant. Sometimes I have a hard time seeing my friends' kids, my friends' babies. My friend just had a baby 2 weeks ago. Like, some days are hard. But I don't know about you. I'm going to get up every day and I'm not going to waste this time. We are not promised tomorrow. And I'm going to choose joy hour by hour, minute by minute. And I'm gonna get off my soapbox, okay? Also, can we just say that, like, the skin is skinning? Like, are you kidding me? Honey, I don't know what's going on today. Am I glowing? On that note of joy, I want to speak about some things that have been bringing me joy, and I have become a gardener. I'm so serious, I've become a gardener. It's been so much fun, and like I don't really know what possessed me to become a gardener, but I'm in my gardening era and I'm kind of living for it. And I will say, like, I think it's interesting how your interests change as you get older. And so my interests as a now 29-year-old are different than when I was a 24-year-old. I had zero interest in gardening. I was never really the partying type. Like, you know me, I don't know. I would maybe go out to like bars, clubs, whatever with friends in my early to mid 20s. Like, I don't know, every other month, maybe like 6 times a year, whereas most of my friends were going out every weekend. And something sweet to share with you, my tree that I planted for our first loss, I planted it in September. No, I planted it in October, and it finally just bloomed for the very first time. We planted a beautiful hot pink crepe myrtle tree, and it just feels so therapeutic, so full circle. I love watering it. I love watching it grow. It's been a very special week watching that tree bloom for me personally. Side note, I also bought really, really cute gardening overalls that make my butt look so good. Like, if you need, I mean, listen, if you're gonna be out there gardening, you might as well look cute while you're doing it, okay? We need practicality. We need it to be useful. But hey, if your butt looks good while you're doing it, ain't no shame in the game. I got them from Duluth Trading Co. I will link them down below. They make the booty look right and tight and high. And Daniel's gonna work on making me a garden, like a raised garden bed. His dad's an architect. He grew up in construction. He grew up a lot in construction, and he knows how to use a tool. You know what I'm saying? And so he's gonna work on making me some raised flower garden beds that I am beyond excited about. I kind of want it to look like this, where maybe there's 2, and we have one for a cut flower garden, and then one for veggies, and then maybe like a rose trellis or jasmine, something kind of connecting the 2, and have that be a little garden area. Okay, we're gonna try the new Fenty. Actually, I don't think this is new. This is just my first time using it. It's the Fenty mascara. It's called Hella Thick. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do how I like to apply mascara first, which is like super, super, super light. Ooh. Now, hang on a minute. Look at this difference that I just did in 2 seconds. I feel like most mascaras, if I really wanna work it up to this amount of volume, I need 2 coats, or it's like I'm working it for a little bit. This took like literally half a second. That's not to say that this isn't lengthening, but it's predominantly thickening. I think that's why it's got its name. I'm gonna link it in the description box down below. It's so stinking good. And I'm just gonna use this lip liner all over. And we're gonna call it a day. I'm really happy with this makeup. Do not forget, whatever you do, please do not forget to comment down below and let me know your thoughts on my hair color. Hair appointment is quickly approaching, my friend, okay? And I need your recommendation yesterday because I trust you. And I know that you're not here to sabotage me. I know that you want me to look my best. And I feel like y'all have been saying for a while for me to like really bite the bullet and go to this color. And I think I'm ready. But I'm scared. I don't know. Up close and personal so that you can see the final results. I am tickled pink about it. I think it looks so pretty. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so very much for watching, and get out there, grab Joy by the cojones. And until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye guys.